are live. What's going on, everyone? Thank you all so much for tuning in at this time. Everybody that's here, I greatly appreciate it. Anybody watching the replay, thank you so much. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Well, another game against another good basketball team, and we get smacked again. I mean, it's ridiculous at this point, right? I mean, Lakers don't always lose, but when they lose, when they do, it's in a blowout fashion. I've talked about this before. It's just they just can't stay in front of guys. Their defense is terrible, right? Like they're just not good enough. I mean, it's that simple. You're watching this team just regularly get smacked. They lost their first back-to-back loss of the season, but you give up 132 points. 132 points. Score 108, right? Like, I mean, there's just no good takeaways from this game. You know, I always try to find the silver lining. I mean, this was just a good old-fashioned whooping. And they've done it to you 3 times, right? Like, you lost the first game in blowout dominant fashion. You lost the second game, or you won the second game, sorry, but nearly but should have lost it if it wasn't for Dylan Brooks wanting to punk LeBron more than winning the basketball game. You lose that game too. So there's 2 games that you should have lost, and then you get blown out in this game again, right? It's just, again, every time we play good teams that have athleticism, have the defense, have the speed, have the way to beat you up, they get blown out every time. It's like clockwork. They brought Reaves off the bench, which problem is I think that this is just like a momentary thing, but I like the idea of Reaves coming off the bench. I've talked about this before in the past that I really do think that Reaves should be one of the guys coming off the bench. But again, this wasn't a great game by any measure. You got to see, Nick Smith Jr. and Adou Thiero a little more this game, which I kind of liked. Nick Smith Jr. gave it 12 points. He didn't shoot the ball super well. He actually got the start, which was very surprising. Reaves off the bench, again, struggling to shoot the 3 ball. Limited minutes, 6 of 11 though overall, which wasn't too bad. Jared Vanderbilt, I thought, had a solid game again, just defensively, rebounding, stuff like that. But, he's there for specific assignments. Adou Thiero had a couple. He finally got to take a 3. He missed it, but finally got at least the attempt. Again, this isn't something that, we can – it's not something that we can really – I try to find the silver lining in things, right? Let me rephrase it like this. Try to find the silver lining in things. But this is just a game that just wasn't good. You just got outworked, out-hustled, outplayed, outscored. No defense, no nothing. Right? And I've talked about it. Right? Like, at this point, just lean into Luka Osirias and LeBron James as your only primary scoring options, and just let Chris Minnan, Adou Thiero, Jared Vanderbilt, Marcus Smart, and all these other guys, let those guys just be your defensive barriers. Right? Because, I mean, at this point, it's just, like, what else do you do? At this point, it's like, it's just so frustrating watching this team. Again, it's disappointing. It's hard. It's hard to watch this team just get outworked, out-hustled, outplayed every time they play a half-decent team, literally. But anyway, let's get into all the super chats, all that stuff, because I'm not going to go super long. Tomorrow's Christmas Eve, so got a bunch of family and stuff coming over, and then obviously Christmas, so not going to go the usual hour plus for this live stream like I do. Probably go about 25, maybe 30 minutes, or at least try to. So let's get right into the chat here. Let's see. Starting us off, Days coming out with the $2 super chat. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Our lows are so low and our highs are super high. I mean, like I said, the problem is like our lows are the same route every time. Right? That's my problem. Is we keep losing essentially the same way every time. Right? Can't defend. Teams shoot the lights out. They blow us out in transition. They win all the 50-50 balls. We get outworked, out hustled, and we can't defend, right? Like that's essentially it in a nutshell. Right? Lakers have a lot of holes on this team. They need some athleticism. They need some defense. But like, at what point do you just say, like, if I'm JJ, do you just go like, you know what? I'm just gonna play the young guys. I'm just gonna, like, if we're gonna keep struggling in this manner, I might as well play guys that at least will try. I might as well play guys that at least is going to put in the effort on the defensive side, at least going to work, at least going to hustle, do these things. I understand we're shorthanded this game, but it wasn't even that. It wasn't like, it was a hard-fought game, and it's like, oh, man, if we just had Luka, might have won this. Or, man, Rui's shooting really might have kept us in this game. Like, no, like, this was, again, the same formula. Phoenix has done this to us 3 times, and we should have lost all 3 times. Dylan Brooks bailed us out on the first go-around. It's just it's so frustrating, but appreciate you. 7-8 coming out to $5 super chat. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Hear me. It's time to trade now. Stop thinking Luka and AR are the future. Jake, Gabe, Marcus, Vando need to go. AR Rui should be traded now. I would keep Jake LaRavia is fine. He's rebounding his defense and the swing man. I know offensively he's really struggled. He's 23 years old. He's like one of the bright spots as far as like young guys we have. Like him and a Dude Thero are like our 2 young bright spots, right? So Jake LaRavia, I absolutely want to keep. Marcus Smart, you still need for the veteranness. For like, he shouldn't be your primary guy, right? Like Marcus Smart at this stage of his career should be your 7th, 8th guy, right? Like Marcus Smart, Jake LaRavia, Jared Vanderbilt, I'm not against, like, I don't think anyone's untradeable. Like, no one's untouchable. But, there's like a list. Like, if you were to list guys out, Gabe Vincent definitely needs to go. Rui and AR, I'm not against at all. I've talked about it from the beginning. Again, you can't just trade guys. But Lakers got to figure something out. This team just isn't good enough, right? Like, they need a trade. You keep losing in the same fashion. Right? That's the problem. Is you're not just losing in different ways, and it's like, man, it's just a bad night or whatever, right? Like you see teams, they lose in abundance of ways. No, Lakers keep losing literally the exact same way every single time. And it's like, at what point do you just go like, yeah, okay, like, they're not good enough, right? That's just what it is. At what point do you just go, okay, they just don't have it. Like they can't keep up with these teams. And that's a problem. Right? It is, but appreciate you, 7-8. Thank you so much. All right, let's get into the regular chat. So some more super chats trickle in. Our defense is so bad against good teams. Yeah, I mean, we can't stop anybody. Like, that's a big problem. Lakers can't stay in front of anybody. They can't defend anybody. It's a mess at this point. Giving up 112 points at the end of the third quarter is unacceptable. Yeah, I mean, that should be an entire game on a bad night, and they're doing that. Yeah, I think it was 110 too, but like it's just, again, you're doing that regularly. Time for the coach to go, time for LaFlop to go. Again, it's not a coaching issue, it's player issue, right? Here's the problem. Every time the Lakers struggle, we want to blame the coach. At what point do we blame the players? Okay, we fire JJ Redick, then what? Okay, we go hire who? Who are we hiring? Mike Malone. Okay, and then when these problems still happen under Mike Malone, then what? We're going to fire him, and then he's going to go? Like, again, we've gone through like 7 coaches in the last 10 years, and we've had these same problems almost the entire time. We've had these problems with Darvin Ham. We've had these problems with Frank Vogel outside of that championship team and then the follow-up team. But then, they tore it down, so we fired Frank Vogel because we thought it was Frank Vogel's fault. And then we brought in Darvin Ham, and then we fired Darvin Ham, which he wasn't a great coach, but even it wasn't all his fault. So then they fired Darvin Ham, and then they bring in JJ Redick, who is a good coach. But then all of a sudden, it's like they don't have the speed and the athleticism and the defense and all these things, right? A coach is only as good as his players. I've talked about this. Greg Popovich is looked at as one of the greatest coaches, not the greatest coach of all time. The guy missed 7 straight playoffs before, he retired. So is he a bad coach? Right? Like, Eric Spoelstra, what has he done since LeBron? Is he a bad coach? Right? Steve Kerr, right? Last few years. Warrior fans want to get rid of him. And he's like one of the most winning coaches of all time. Again, you're as good as the players, right? Lakers just don't have the personnel and don't have the players to do what they need to do on both sides of the basketball. Again, the players play the game. I can prepare my team as much as I want. But again, I can't make Rui athletic and a good defender. I can't make Austin Reaves not get, put in the spin cycle every game. I can't make, Luka Doncic an elite defensive player. I can't, there's only so much that I can do as a coach, So again, it's like, okay, fire the coach and then what? And then we get a new coach and these same problems happen, then what? You know what I mean? It's so frustrating. 7 Day Sports coming out to final host, which I thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Me and you need to do a podcast together. Yeah, I do want to at some point do something where I can bring others in and stuff like that. I get asked all the time regularly. It's just hard because again, YouTube's so tricky about things. And I've talked about this before, we get asked regularly. The problem is and a lot of channels have stopped doing it. Like Lakers Nation used to do the call-in and stuff like that. They don't do it anymore, right? Because it's tricky. YouTube is constantly changing their thing. And you could say something, not even, just a normal thing, but it could be a no-no for YouTube, right? Or you curse and now YouTube suppresses the video because you said a naughty word. It's just, YouTube's so tricky. So that's why I try to because I get, like I said, I get asked regularly, hey dude, can you, you should bring people on. And I love the idea. I'd love to be able to debate and do all that stuff. I've thought about maybe doing another channel at some point where I just bring people on. I don't know. I'll work that out. But yeah, I'd love to do one with you and do one with several people. Just have good conversations, good debates, so on and so forth. They can't beat no good teams in the West. Look at Dallas, Spurs, Rockets, Nuggets, trades now or planned. Yeah, I think the Lakers are good enough to be a playoff team, but to win a championship, like I've said from the beginning, do they have a puncher's chance? Sure. You get the right matchup? Sure. Right? Playoffs are very different than the NBA or than the regular season. Sure. But I wouldn't count on it. I wouldn't bet on the Lakers, right? Sure, LeBron James and Luka Doncic, they're good enough to where, some crazy things could happen. But realistically speaking, I don't trust the Lakers to win or do anything. I really don't. It's just, and it's unfortunate because, I want to be able to defend them. I want to be able to come on here. And I try to as much as I can. But at some point, like I said, at some point we have to be honest. At some point, it's okay, we're just not good enough. At some point, we got to just say, it is what it is. But I appreciate you. Yeah, thank you. All right. We need to trade for better perimeter defense with the Suns get open threes. Yeah, that's the problem. And I've seen people be like, JJ needs to run better defense schemes. So again, you're limited on your personnel. We don't have guys that can get out there with the foot speed and athleticism and stuff like that, right? And it's if you run Thero and Jared Vanderbilt at the same time, you limit your offense, right? But it's trade-off. We really need like I said, two guys that can play both sides. We need a guy that can a Herb Jones and a Keon Ellis, somebody like that. We need that desperately, or 3 or 4 kind of Keon Ellis type guys. Right, those second tier guys. We need those desperately. Luka doesn't help with defense, but at least he can keep up somewhat in it with the offense. Yeah, you got to have the personnel around him. That's why, you let that's why I say it all the time. Let Luka be Luka, and just go with Marcus Smart and Jared Vanderbilt in the starting lineup. Let them go and drop. Let Luka go and drop 30 in the first quarter, and then let your defense kind of keep it within reason, hopefully. We need to sign and trade AR. We can't have Luka and AR on our backcourt moving forward. Plus, he's our only valuable trade contract when it comes to skill. It's very possible that they end up trading him in the offseason. I wouldn't count on it. I wouldn't get your hopes up on that. But if things continue, if you're the Lakers, you have to, right? Seriously, unless the Lakers end up pulling off some crazy trade and get, 3 or 4 guys, and it's oh man, that's the difference. I just think you have to. It's just, it's so frustrating. Let's see. What exactly are they paying Bronny to do? Seriously, develop. He's the youngest player on the team. We are an average team, folks. Face it. I mean, you're not wrong. I mean, just watching this. And on Christmas Day, another way, very likely playing Houston. Let's see. JJ and his defense schemes is all wrong for the players he has. Help defense is not for slow-footed teams. I mean, he tried in his defense. He's thrown out several different defensive schemes. He doesn't have the personnel, and you also got to keep in mind we have a literal known defensive coach and guys like Lionel Hollins and stuff like that. Right? Like Scott Brooks is even had some really good defensive teams over the years. Right, so it's not even just JJ Redick. It's again, we don't have the personnel to run all these different defensive schemes. We don't have the personnel to run these like flash defenses where you can just have guys and go one-on-one and trap teams and all that stuff. Like it's frustrating. Like Luka coming back. Luka coming back will be a Christmas present. Please come back. They're saying he's supposed to play on Christmas. I mean, I imagine he'll at least try to give it a go. We'll see if he actually plays or not. Pathetic performance. You're not wrong. You're not wrong at all. Austin Reaves is not making an All-Star this year. I don't know. Don't underestimate the power of fan voting, especially as Laker fans. I mean, he's got to pick it up. I will say that. We barely beat bad teams. Get our ass kicked against by the rest. Yeah. Jared, solid game. How? Getting his hustle, defense, grit, rebounding. Getting his offensive rebounding. Right. He played 19 minutes. Gave you 5 points, 5 rebounds, including 3 offensive rebounds. The guy. I mean, he's only one guy. Like, I don't know. Like how much is he supposed to do? Right. Like, it's just. That's the thing. I get like when he doesn't have, we all want him to have a 15 and 11 game every night, but like realistically, he's not going to do that, right? Like again, he's only one guy. He can only do so much on the defense side. He had a solid game. I didn't say he had a great game. I didn't say he was, oh my God, the best player on the court or anything like that, but he had a solid game for in the minutes that he's been. 19 minutes played. He gave you defense. He, again, he can only chase around one guy at a time. Right? Like he's chasing around Devin Booker and Gillespie starts going off. So then he goes and he switches on Gillespie and Devin Booker's getting and ones. Right? Like, I mean, how much is he supposed to cover? Like, poor guy, man. Let's see. Hopefully the Rockets start losing and we can trade with them. This team can't play against athleticism. I've said it before. I said it in the offseason, and I got a lot of people telling me I was crazy. And that was before Austin Reaves was playing as good as he is right now. And I don't hate the idea. A Houston Lakers trade centered around Austin Reaves makes all the sense in the world, right? Because Houston desperately needs somebody like Austin Reaves. They can't score like consistently. And there's a blueprint to beating Houston. Literally all the problems I said Houston had in the offseason, right? And I got called every name in the book. I'm a casual. I don't know this, that, and the other. They're all right. I've been spot on with Houston. Spot on. I said Kevin Durant, he'll help in the close games, but what are they going to do when they double team him and trap him in crunch time? And every team just does that. You just trap him in crunch time, and Houston doesn't know what to do. They start panicking. Like, literally, it's like they're lost. It's crazy. They can't shoot still. They can't score the basketball consistently, right? They need somebody desperately like Houston or like Austin Reaves, right? Their best bet, and I even said this in the offseason, they should have Reed Shepherd be their starter. The problem is he is like as bad as Dalton Connect defensively. He's terrible defensively. But offensively, they need his shooting and scoring. I really think an Austin Reaves-Houston trade makes all the sense in the world, right? Can you turn Austin Reaves, especially with how good he's been, right? Like all-star level. Can you get, like you'd have to trade other players. That's the problem, right? My hope is Houston loses in like the first or second round. And then we can like maybe work something out in that regard. That's my hope. My hope is that like Houston
like they end up getting in that desperation mode and go like, you know what, like let's make a big splash, and can we get like Atari Eason, Jabari Smith Jr. and like, you know, something else, especially if Austin Reaves continues to play the way he's playing. Let's see. I had a feeling this would happen. We desperately need Luka back. He's our only shot at winning right now until the defense improves. Rob better be watching this and talking deals. If not, he's gone. I mean, all the reports say he's being aggressive and he's active in trade talks. Again, prices are just insane right now. Right? Like, you need the prices to come down. And I don't like, teams aren't obligated to knock the prices down, which is the problem. So hopefully, fingers crossed. Let's see. Better not happen against the Rockets. I mean, Rockets, young, athletic, versatile team that get out in transition. Need to trade expeditiously. You're not wrong. Yeah, Rob has a lock. And yeah, look, I trust Rob to get a trade done. It's just, can he get one sooner rather than later is the problem. Let's see. New owner. Let's see what we got. But again, he's limited, right? This isn't baseball. You can't just spin. There's salary caps, all kinds of stuff, right? The apron. Lakers are hard capped at the first apron, right? Like, I wish, you know, the new Mark Walters could just come in and just throw a bunch of money at the problem and fix it, right? Like, but unfortunately, it doesn't work that way, right? So we're kind of in this like spot where, you know, it's just Lakers are about to go on a losing streak. I don't like it or want to see it, but it's looking like it's about to happen back to earth. I mean, it's possible. Seriously. I mean, look, if they lose to Houston, I mean, they're already on a losing streak. You lose 2 straight. That's a streak, right? I mean, it's very possible they end up losing 3 straight and against to Houston, and things could get bad fast, very fast. I mean, Lakers are still going to win some games. Like, Lakers are good enough to be a playoff. Like, they'll still, like, even if a trade doesn't happen, they'll be a top 4 or 5 seed at worst, which is what I said going into the season, right? I thought at worst they'll be a 4th or 5th seed. I wholeheartedly believe the Lakers will at least be a 4th or 5th seed. But winning a championship, again, that's where the dilemma lies. Get a Derrick Jones Jr. or even Herb Jones if the price comes down. So I'm going to make a video about this tomorrow. But Herb Jones is apparently off the table. So I think it was Brett Siegel said Herb Jones and Trey Murphy, the Pelicans are planning on keeping. Plus the Pelicans are on like a 5 or 6 game win streak, something like that. So they're starting to come into their own a little bit. And so Pelicans are, we could probably forget about Herb Jones. Let's see. Tyler, we just have to accept we won't win anything until the next 2 or 3 years once Braun retires and we have the cap space to get actually good players around Luka and AR. I mean, I disagree. I mean, you again, don't underestimate the value of like 1 or 2 quality guys. Again, Dallas is a great example. Dallas was the 6th seed and looking like a team. I mean, they were a play-in team at one, but they were like the 10th seed at one point. But they went to the finals as the 6th seed, right? And they were a team before trades, before PJ Washington and Daniel Gafford. Before those 2 trades, the question was, are they really about to miss the play-in 2 years in a row? And then they made those trades, and it was the thing. Again, you talk about a game where 5 guys are on the court, right? Lakers go get just 2 quality guys, right? Like, I'm talking like 2 kind of high-end guys. Don't be shocked if a lot of things change for this team, because again, you go get, and I know I just said Herb Jones probably off the table. So let's use Andrew Wiggins. You go get an Andrew Wiggins and a Keon Ellis, right? Don't be shocked if the Lakers all of a sudden you're like, wow, this is a really good basketball team. Right? Because again, you're talking about a game that one guy makes all the difference. All the difference. Lord Beerus, I love that. I love that. For those that know, I'm a big Dragon Ball guy. I'm always making Dragon Ball references or Dragon Ball Z or Super references, stuff like that. And you always see me wearing DBZ shirts and stuff like that. So I love the name. But Braun can only give his best base form. I love the reference. SS days over. No, I mean, he still has shown those nights, right? Like the other night he had an SS version. Like I've talked about, I compared it to the Hulk, right? He's one of those guys. I've actually that's I think the Hulk reference is better, but I have used it as like a DBZ reference where I said like he's Goku and like you need Goku for the big boss battles, right? Like, hey, we need you to turn it on. But I do think the Hulk reference that I use is actually a better one where more often than not, we need Bruce Banner, right? You need Bruce Banner. You need his intelligence. You need his mind. You need him to see things and calculate and figure things out for you throughout the course of the game. But every once in a while, you're like, hey, big guy, the sun's getting real low, right? And every once in a while, you need the Hulk to come out and just in him just to smash, right? So, but yeah, I mean, look, Braun can only do so much. I agree. But I mean, it's more than that. I mean, LeBron could go again. The guy literally scored almost half of the Lakers' points the other night. Half. He had almost 40. Lakers only scored 88 points. He had 36 that game. He was like 8 points shy or whatever from basically scoring half of the Lakers' points, and the Lakers lost by 30. Like, I think it was 15, but you get the point, right? Like, he has to drop almost 40 just for us to lose by 15. Let's see what else. AR really gets all the blame when we lose. I guess he's supposed to go 1 through 5 and score 50. No, I mean, look, Austin Reaves is good. Like I said, he's a good basketball player. Right? But Lakers have so many needs, and there is a redundancy with AR and Luka. Right? There are genuine questions. Like, you can be the biggest Austin Reaves guy on the face of this planet. You can't deny that there are issues that are very obvious with Luka and Austin Reaves on the court at the same time. Again, can you overcome those? Sure. If you have the right players, the right depth, the right versatility, yes, you absolutely can. But the problem is, can the Lakers get that without trading AR? If you can keep AR and go get a Herb Jones and Andrew Wiggins, or maybe say Andrew Wiggins this season, and then in the offseason go get a Herb Jones and DeAndre Ayton, and you have the pieces, and you can get a Keon, you can get a Haywood Highsmith, and you can get a Matisse Thybulle or whatever, and you have the depth and athleticism and everything to kind of mask those two, then sure. But it's just, again, like, Lakers need very specific things, and like, you need a very specific team, and it's just like Austin Reaves might be the best guy to do that. Let's see. Joker had no answer for AD. Let that sink in. AD was great today. He was great. It wasn't last night. It was the night before. He was dominant, and they still lost. It's time to start over and rebuild. This just isn't working anymore. I don't think they need a rebuild, right? Because I mean, a rebuild would signal you're trading everybody, right? Rebuild would mean you tear it down to the studs. I think it's more of a retooling is what I think they need. I think that I agree with. I think they need a retooling. Again, don't underestimate the value of 1 or 2 guys. You get a good piece or 2, ideally 2. You can change a lot on this team. I mean, Lakers started 2-10 and ended up making the conference finals. And the only guys who were actually good for the Lakers were Jared Vanderbilt and D'Angelo Russell. Malik Beasley was basically unplayable. And then the other trades you made at the deadline, Mo Bamba was hurt the entire time, so he wasn't able to play. He got hurt and was out the entire time. So literally just added 2 guys to that roster, and you were able to get to the conference finals. Again, don't underestimate the value of 2 guys. All right, I'm going to do a couple more questions. I'm going to skate on out of here. I know I've only been going like 30 minutes, but like I said, tomorrow's Christmas Eve. I got a bunch of family and stuff, so it's going to be a late night getting everything ready. All of the wife's family and everything are coming, and got to get everything ready and nice. And then obviously the next day is Christmas, so I got to still record some things. I got to do some things. It's going to be hectic few days, but I had to do a live stream. It's just Let's see. The Christmas and open quality time with family. Yeah. I am excited for Christmas Day basketball, obviously. Um, no, bro, it's the coach and the players. I think JJ Redick's fine. I think it's the players. I do. Like, is JJ Redick the greatest coach ever? No, but he's not bad. Like, he's not a bad coach. He's a good coach that just doesn't have the personnel. Again, you're only as good as the personnel you have. Right? Like, we've seen Phil Jackson have poor seasons. We've seen, like I said, Greg Popovich have poor seasons. We've seen some of the greatest coaches ever really struggle because they just don't have the personnel. They just don't have the pieces. I blame everybody. Yeah, I mean, that's usually how it goes. Like, there's blame to go around, right? Let's see. JJ is a scrub coach. I would love to hear you explain what makes him a scrub. I would. I'd love to hear that, because usually when I ask this question, people don't have it. They're just like, "Oh, he's just a bad coach." Like, okay, why? Like, what about his schemes? What about his, what about him? His coaching makes him a bad coach. Like, it's easy to just say he's a terrible coach or he's a scrub coach or whatever, right? And it's easy to go, "Oh, Darvin Ham at least got us to the Western Conference Finals." Again, context is important. There's so many things that go into that. It's easy to just throw blanket statements. Again, I get it. We all want to blame one person. We all want that individual. We all want to go, it's Westbrook's fault. It's Vogel's fault. And it's usually the coach that gets the blame. Again, Warrior fans want to get rid of Steve Kerr. Miami Heat fans want to get rid of Eric Spoelstra. Spurs fans wanted to get rid of Greg Popovich. I'm old enough to remember when people wanted to get rid of Phil Jackson because they thought he was washed up and done. And then he went on and came back and won more championships because he did leave, and we realized, oh no, we made a mistake, right? Like, again, people always want to blame the coach for everything. Grizz have what we need. Jay Wells, Brandon Clark, and Gigi Jackson. I really want Gigi Jackson. I actually talked about Gigi Jackson, like could you do a connect for Gigi Jackson swap? I would love something like that. Jay Wells, get another solid piece. Brandon Clark. Would they trade Brandon Clark though? I'd take any of those guys, honestly. I really think Gigi Jackson, like, people forget how good Gigi Jackson was early on. And then he got hurt and then, like, just kind of fell out for Memphis. Like, and he's been healthy. I think he's the guy I really want. He's the guy that I think in the right situation could end up being a stud for the right team. But anyway, I think it's a good place to stop. I'll see. I will most likely. I don't want to, again, I don't know exactly how my Christmas Day is going to go, but I should be able to do a live stream on Christmas Day. We should be able to do all that. So I should see all of you then. Have some videos, have some conversations. It's gonna be interesting. But anyway, appreciate you guys. Everyone that gave me super chat, seriously, thank you so much. Helps me out a ton. Anybody watching this, please hit that like button on your way out. Hit that subscribe button on your way out. Again, sorry I'm not going another like 30 minutes to an hour like I usually do. But Christmas Eve's tomorrow. I got a lot going on. So just in case, Merry Christmas, everybody. Like I said, I'm pretty sure I will be doing a stream on Christmas, but just in case, Merry Christmas, everybody. Be safe. Love you all, and I will see you all